Hi, my name is Juan Gregory Romero, and I'm here to give you an assessment of my public speaking skills throughout this month. Before coming to Full Sail University, I never had any public speaking. I didn't even know I was going to take this class, but I welcomed it just as I welcome any other class. I didn't have any public speaking before Full Sail, but I did perform a talent show in my high school in front of a lot of people. I think my communication skills were fine. I think it's easy for me to talk to people, and I can get along with pretty much anybody I talk to. But it's a lot different talking in front of a lot of people for your public speaking presentations. My only performing experience was when I was in my high school band. We would perform for judges in competitions and audience members during the halftime show of football games. During my introductory speech, my eye contact was limited. I didn't really look around that much, so I felt like my eye contact was pretty poor. I was talking at a good level, and my projection was very decent. I didn't have many hand gestures, and I didn't look around. I didn't move around that much, mostly because I was nervous and it was one of the first speeches that we did. Yeah, I practiced it a little, but not as much as I wanted to practice it. I did take my time, however, putting the information together because it was about me and I wanted that to be correct. During my persuasive speech, my eye contact was improved. I maintained better eye contact by scanning the room like more than twice. I thought my volume and projection were better. I felt like I was able to project across the entire room. My gestures were pretty normal, and again, I didn't really move around that much because I just wasn't comfortable with it. This was my most challenging speech because of the fact that we had to do research for a global issue, and I just feel like it's very hard to convince people for your presentation because they have their own opinions. During my industry professional speech, my eye contact was the same as the one before, but I felt a lot more comfortable with looking around. I spoke loud and clear, so my volume and projection were acceptable, at least to me. My gestures were in tune with what I was saying, so everything that I was saying was had more meaning to it. This was the only speech that I actually moved around the stage, but moving across the stage is very uncomfortable for me, and it just doesn't feel that natural. I did enjoy giving the speech the most, mostly because I practiced it the most. I practiced it most because I was interested in it, because Will I Am is someone that inspires me, and I also practiced more because I wanted to improve on my public speaking. I wanted to get better. I was nervous for every single presentation that I did, but I tried to use that to help me get through the presentations. The audience responded normally, but to be honest, nobody really seemed engaged in any of the presentations, mostly because I felt like people were nervous. I was nervous just watching people do their presentations. When it came to interaction with my slides, with my board, all I can say is that I pointed at the board whenever I was trying to get my point across. The introductory speech, it didn't require any research, but mostly because it was about me. But you can never do enough. You can never have enough time to research any subject. I think I gave a sufficient amount of information for the time that we had to research, so that was a good thing. I didn't have any technical problems, maybe just the rate at which I moved each slide. When it came to my delivery, it wasn't good during the first two speeches, but I improved. I did notice that I didn't have as many pauses, and I would use a lot of non-fluencies like and My biggest challenge concerning research was putting the info in the right order, and my biggest concern for preparation was practice. I didn't practice as much as I should have practiced. For all my speeches, besides my persuasive speech, I stayed within the time constraints, but for my persuasive speech, I went over 4 minutes, mostly because an alarm went off and I got nervous, so I started slowing down. My biggest delivery challenge was using the floor. I didn't move around as much as I should have. Also, I used a lot of non-fluencies like and I just need to improve on that. I learned from Erica's disaster speech, I'm sorry to say that, but that when things go wrong, you just keep on going and try your best to stay focused. On a scale from 1 through 4, I would rate my public speaking like about a 3. Even though I didn't do well on all my projects, I do feel like I have improved throughout each one and got more and more confident on public speaking. After experiencing public speaking firsthand, I found that it's as much as an art as making music. The only way to conquer your fear is to do it more and practice more. Now that I experience it, I have a better respect for people who do it, and I have a better perspective on public speaking. So thank you very much for listening. I'm Juan Gregory Romero. Have a nice day.